Unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica from the scrapbooks of Adrian Freighter. While Western Jamaica has produced many outstanding sporting personalities in track and field, cricket, netball, cycling, boxing and swimming, football still remains the undisputed number one sports in the region. This is primarily so because of the joy that schools such as Cornwall College, Rossies, St. James High School, Frome Technical, Herbert Morrison High School and Godfrey Stewart, who have all won the Costa Cup, symbol of rural schoolboy football supremacy. And the same could be said for clubs such as Seba United, New Montego Bay United, Wadada, Reno FC and Varley Kickers, who have all had the distinction of being crowned National Football Club champions. And of course, one could add to the mix the fact that in the 1986-87 season, when Seba United became the first rural national club champions, Western Jamaica also had the distinction of seeing St. James winning the inaugural Battle of the City clash against Casafa. And of course, one could not overlook the fact that Western Jamaica footballers dominated the Jamaica team that qualified for the 1998 World Cup in France. While players such as skipper and goalkeeper Warren Barrett, his deputy Aaron Lawrence, defender Duran Tatty Brown, Stephen Shorty Malcolm, Robbie Earl, who was born in Falmouth, Trelawney before moving on to England, and Jamaica's ultimate World Cup hero Theodore Tapper Whitmore, will long be remembered for being a part of the team that qualified for and participated in France. One should not forget the contribution of legendary striker Paul Teagat Davis, because it was one of his goals that kept Jamaica in the competition in the early part of the Road to France campaign. Maybe that was why the then Jamaica Football Federation president, Captain Horace Burrell, allowed Teagat to travel with the team to France, albeit he was semi-retired at the time. As an ardent fan of Western Jamaica's football, I have been involved in many discussions about Western Jamaica's football over the years. And in this edition of Lest You Forget, I will be seeking to stir up some passions and emotions and possible discussions by selecting what I would consider to be my best Western Jamaica team from the period spanning 1987 to now. However, the selection is drawn only from players who have represented Jamaica. I will be selecting the players to play a 4-4-2 formation, since I believe that formation usually gets the best out of the players both offensively and defensively. I will start with the goalkeeper. Over the years, Western Jamaica has produced many goalkeepers who have served the national team with distinction. The list includes Clive Spiderman Wedderburn, Devon Kid Dunkley, Stennett Sams, Warren Barrett, Aaron Lawrence, and Donovan Ricketts. In terms of an overall profile, Donovan Ricketts naturally would have the highest profile because he played at the MLS level and was voted goalkeeper of the year on more than one occasion. However, from a strictly local perspective, my goalkeeping choice would be Warren Barrett, and is primarily based on the role he played in Jamaica's World Cup qualifying campaign. While not as flamboyant as some of the other goalkeepers, in his prime, Barrett was calm, cool, reliable and dependable, and his mistake percentage was very low, which meant he had a very safe pair of hands. His deputy would be Donovan Ricketts, who himself has proven to be most reliable and dependable. In defense, there is no question that Western Jamaica has produced some of the better defenders we have seen in the national program. The list includes Mark Ledford, Noel Bram King, Horace Simon Kid Samuels, Linton Conk Stewart, Dave Yarny Brooks, Duran Tatty Brown, Stephen Shorty Malcolm, Mark Chewing Gum Williams, Linval Pada Wilson, and Mr. Notorious Mark Agla Wilson. The four defenders I would select are as follows. Mark Ledford, who I would ask to captain the team, would play the sweeper role. So as to give Ledford as much freedom as possible, I would play the robust Mark Agler-Wills in front of him to do the dirty works and to scare the daylight out of forwards. Because he has mastered the art of defending despite his diminutive size, I would play Horace Samuels in the right back position. And being a left-sided player with tremendous tackling skills as well as overlapping potential, I would play Dave Brooks in the left back position. With so many high-quality midfield players, selecting just 4 from the likes of Alton Noah Sterling, Winston Twinnibog Anglin, Donald Jemmy Hewitt, Theodore Tapper Whitmore, Hector Bullwright, Milton Bonnie Griffiths, Gard Flogan Peterkin, Alan Ply-Latty, Calvin Wappy Valentine, and Alan Creature Aarons would most certainly be baffling to just about any coach. My first choice in that midfield would be Alton Noah Sterling because of his leadership, his ability to inspire the players around him, his commanding presence, and his never say die attitude. I would play Theodore Tapper Whitmore alongside Noah because of Tapper's tremendous creative skills and his ability to mesmerize defenders and get goals. I would play the robust Winston Twinnibog Anglin on the right side because of his ability to go forward and to get back and support the defenders. And of course, in crunch time, he will always get you a goal or 2. I would play Hector Wright on the left hand side. In addition to his ability to make long-range passes and to fire at goal from all distance, he was known to be tactically astute in his prime and he was a brilliant reader of the game. And his lethal left foot made him a constant threat once he has a clear sight and goal. In terms of forwards, the West has produced some impressive strikers, players such as Brian Brown Jr., Michael Jim Dandy Graham, Capel Corntail Donaldson, Paul Teagat Davis, Winston Tonto Henry, Devon Doberman Ricketts, Owain Turkleman Gordon, Dane Richards, and Fabian Dawkins. However, for me, selecting the 2 strikers is probably the easiest thing of all. I could not see myself looking any further than the legendary Paul Teagat Davis and the deadly Devon Ricketts. As an out-and-out striker, I believe Teagat is the best striker Jamaica has produced. As it relates to Ricketts, his record speaks for itself, as he has scored more goals for Jamaica than the number of games he has played. He's probably had more goalkeepers ducking than any other strikers in recent memory. I know I have missed out on a number of gifted players, but I won't want to list them, because I'm sure my subscribers will. However, in looking back at the many outstanding players Western Jamaica has produced, there is no question that football is one of the region's success stories. Unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica from the scrapbooks of Adrian Freitas. Before you go, please remember to subscribe.